In IPv4 network, when a device needs to communicate with another device on the same network, it uses ARP, that is the Address Resolution Protocol, to find the MAC address. But in IPv6, ARP is gone, completely replaced. And what replaced it is smarter, more efficient, and it is what we are breaking down today. So this is IPv6 Neighbor Discovery. So by the end of this video, you will understand exactly how a device finds the MAC address of another device in IPv6, both on a local network and on a remote network. So we are doing this live in packet tracer. So you see every single packet. All right. Now, this is our topology. Here we have RTA as our router and switch A connecting our local devices PCA1 and PCA2 on the same network, and PCB1 on a completely different network on the other side of the router here. So I want you to keep this picture in your mind, in your head. We will be traveling through it packet by packet. All right. So yeah, before I touch anything here, I want to let you understand the foundation. All right. So here's the thing. For any two devices to communicate, layer 3 handles the IP address. That is the logical address, the destination. But at layer 2, the frame needs a MAC address. That is the physical address of the next hop. All right. So in IPv4, app actually broadcasts a message to every single device on the network just to ask who has this IP address. So every device on the network will hear that broadcast, and that is wasteful. Okay, so IPv6 fixes this problem, and instead of a broadcast frame, it uses multicast. So only the devices that need to listen, and the two messages that handle this are the neighbor solicitation and the neighbor advertisement. So now you'll be wondering, what is neighbor solicitation? What is neighbor advertisement? So here is how it works. Neighbor solicitation uses ICMPv6 type 135, and this is a message, like a question message. It's asking the question that, who has this IP address? Give me your MAC address. And then the neighbor advertisement uses ICMPv6 type 136. That is the response to the question. It will say, this is me right here. This is my MAC address. So simple concept. Let us watch how this happen live. Okay. Now I'll go to RTA and I'll go to, here is user exec mode. So I'll navigate to privilege exec mode with enable. And first things first, we need a clean slate here. All right. So I'm going to check if the router already has existing neighbor entries, or if there are entries here, the router already knows the MAC address and will not, if there are entries on the router, will not be able to see the full discovery process, because the router already know the MAC address of the devices in the network. So I'm going to use the show IPv6 neighbor to check the entries, and as you can see here, there's no output. That means the router does not know what is really happening on the network. It does not know who is really on the network you get. So there's no MAC address. But assuming there is an entry, we'll then clear it off because the idea is to see everything happen, right? So assuming the router has already learned the MAC address, we'll now use the clear IPv6 neighbor to clear it. Okay, so now since we're done with this phase, we've confirmed that the router does not have any entry. I'll now proceed to the simulation mode. So this is where I'm coming. So this is where the magic actually happens. So instead of packet flying through instantly, we'll capture every single event and inspect it layer by layer. Alright. So yeah, I'll need to click on this. So this show all, show none. I need to click on it so that I'll need to take off all the protocols that I don't need. And I'll go to edit filter IPv6 and I'll now edit, click on the protocols that I need because IPv6, ICMPv6 is for the ping and NDP is for the neighbor discovery process. Alright, those are the two protocols that we need for this process right now. So now, since we're on simulation mode, I'll now have to click this PCA1 command prompt, desktop command prompt, and I'll try to ping, hold on. Now, you can see the IP address on the table here, right? So I'm pinging this PC2A, and this is the IP address of PC2A, and you can see that PC2A, PC2, PC A2, and PCA1, they are on the same network. Alright, so I'm going to ping PCA2 from PCA1. So I'll use the command ping -n1 2001 colon db8 colon acad colon 1 double colon b. So now I've typed the ping command, and I know you'll be wondering why did I use the IP n1 before the IPv6 address. Okay, so the n1 means that the n1 means send only one ping. So I'm trying to tell the ping that we don't need so many pings, okay, that one is enough to see the full discovery process. So I'll click enter, then I'll go to simulation mode, I'll go to my topology. As you can see here, there are two packets that are already ready to be sent out. So you see that one is NDP and one is ICMPv6. So now I'll click on play and I'll watch the packets move across the network. So I need to end here. So now we'll need to inspect from this ICMPv6 That is the message that PCA1 sent out. So I want to inspect it. So you see the advanced PDU and the OSI model. You see the PDU information at device. It means that we're on device PCA1. All right. So this message means that this PC this PCA1 is trying to send a ping, and I want us to look at the layer 3 of the OSI model. So yeah, I need to click here so that we'll be able to see. If I leave it here, you won't be able to see the text very well. So here is the layer 3 of the OSI model, and excuse me. So you see that the ICMP v6 echo message type is 128. All right. So this is actually an echo request. So PCA1 already knows where it wants to go. That is the this IP address here. It already knows where it wants to go because that is the destination IP address. Alright, and this is its own IP address. So I need to come to layer 2, and you see here on layer 2 there's no information. The layer 2 is actually empty. So there's nothing here, and there's no destination mark address. All right, so PCA1 excuse me, PCA1 cannot send this frame yet because it does not know the PC2's MAC address. So what does that mean? What does it do? Okay, so it pause the ping, all right, and it starts the neighbor discovery. I'm coming. So it did not send the ping, all right, it just held it and sent out NDP. So this is exactly what we are coming to see right now. So let me show you the layer 3 addressing again, and you see that it's different from the other one that we looked at, the previous one, the ICMP. Now we are still on the PCA1 PDU. All right, so after when the PCA1 held the ICMP v6 message, it didn't send it out. It now sent out this the NDP message. He sent it out, and now this is the interesting part that I want us to look at. Now look at layer 3 destination. Look at the destination IP. Are you seeing that the destination IP has changed, but the source IP still remains its own IP address? So now on the NDP, it changes the destination IP address to this um, solicited node multicast. All right, so this solicited multicast address, and you can see here that the address is ff02 double column 1 column ff00 column b. So this is the smart way of targeting. This is IPv6 smart way of targeting only the device that might have the IP address we are looking for, instead of okay, it might have, like, this is its own way of targeting the device, only that device that have the address we are looking for. So instead of just shouting to the entire net of all the devices to see it, the and like the way app we normally do, it just send out this solicited node multicast out. So now we need to look at the layer 2. Now you can see the previous one, the layer 2 was empty, but on here the layer 2 is not empty. You can see that the source address is the address of PCA1. Then the destination address. This is PCA1 MAC address. So take note of that. You know, if IP address is doesn't operate here, so whatever address you're seeing here, if you understand that it's the MAC address, all right. So now this you can see that the destination address is 3333.ff00.000b. So this is a special IPv6 multicast MAC address. So remember this, that in IPv6 when you do not know the destination MAC, all right, you use a multicast, not a broadcast in unlike IPv4. So this is how IPv6 is more efficient. So yeah, I'll need to proceed to this third packet. So we need to this is the we're going to check this one out because we've done two. So this is the third one that is on the switch. So remember the PCA sent out two packets, right? Generated two packets, and the switch actually received. Let's see what the switch received. So now, as you can see, the PDU information and device is switch A. So we are looking at switch A right now. Okay, that's what we are looking at. So now this side is the inbound PDU, inbound of the OSI model. Then this side is the outbound. All right. So the neighbor solicitation reaches the switch A, as you can see. So now we are going to look at that as you can see, nothing changed here. The MAC address that the PCA1 generated is still here like this. That is the IPv6 generated is still here, and it's still here on the outbound PDU2. So they are just the same. Nothing actually changed when it got to switch A. So now I'll now have to move forward and look at the. So we're going to look. We've already seen that these stuffs are identical, that nothing changed. So now this is to tell you that the switch did not modify the MAC addresses. So its job is just basically to forward the frame, and switches operate at layer 2. They read MAC addresses, but they do not change them. All right. So that is all I wanted to look at there. 1, 2, 3. So now we'll come to PCA2. All right. So PCA2 received NDP also. So when we look at the Ethernet header of the PCA2, you see that this is the Ethernet header here. You then see that now the PC2 has received the neighbor solicitation, and it recognizes that the IPv6 address, it is own address in the message, and it responded with a neighbor advertisement message. So now I'll look at the hardware PDU. Now what I just explained now, this the header here, this is what it received. Alright, this layer 3 header, this is what the details of what it received. So this is the response. This is the request I told you from the beginning. The neighbor solicitation is 135. So it's means that it receives a question ICMPv6, something like that. So it now responded with the 136. All right. Okay. So now we've looked at both the outbound and the inbound, and we see that the Ethernet header still remains the same. So now um the the source no the source of this inbound PDU, the Ethernet header is the MAC address is the PC A1's MAC address. All right, but the outbound PDU, it's replying to PC A1 that this is my MAC address, and it's still sending it as the multicast. All right, so yeah, so now we'll go to the router, the RTA, and we investigate it also. So you can see here PDU information at device RTA. So you can see that the outbound PDU, there is nothing really here, but it's the inbound PDU of the OSI model actually showed that the router received some information. So the reason why there's no outbound PDU is because and it has inbound PDU is because the neighbor advertisement actually reaches the RTA because it passes through the switch to the router. The switch we have to flood the frame, so it now got to the router, that is the RTA, you get. So now why now if we look at it now, there is no outbound PDU. Do you know why? Okay, so that is why the reason why is because RTA is not the target, right? So what does it do? It will basically drop the frame or the packet. I think different. So IPv6 destination address does not match any of the router's interface. So you now have to simply drop the frame. So RTA drop the packet, does not forward it. It's just normal as expected behavior. Router does not forward um broadcast frames and packets. They know destination. They don't know any destination. They'll just drop the packets if they don't know where the destination is going to. So we are done with this one. So now we'll now come to this ICMPv6 from the PCA1 also. So now I want you to see the message type here. You see that the message type is supposed to hold on. I'm coming. I want to. Okay, this is what I want to see here. So now, okay, you can see that, yeah, this is the final part of the message, because even as you're seeing here, everything has been sorted out. There's no error message here, no double frames, just one. All right, so this is what I want to show us now. You see that the message type has changed to 129. Okay, so this is basically an echo reply from that PCA2. So it's an echo reply, echo reply. So it means that our ping we sent got a response back. So that means the ping was successful. And most importantly, the entire neighbor discovery process is now complete. All right. So that is what this means. So PCA1 actually knows PC. It actually knows PC A2's MAC address. This is the MAC address. No, this is the MAC address. Then this is the destination, that is PCA1's MAC address. So yeah, and they don't actually need to do this whole process again. You understand? Unless the neighbor cache expires. So now I'm going to cancel this and I'll come back to read time mode and I'll initiate the ping again. Okay, I'll initiate the ping again. So you can see that the ping went through. Alright, see this one, that was what I was talking about. We just need one packet, not all four. Alright, so we use the same command to ping the destination, and now I'll need to go to the router to confirm the to show IPv6 neighbors. You see, before it was empty, but now it's no longer empty. All right, so now I want to show you this the IPv6 address. This is the address of the PC2B PCA2. Then the age, that is 0 year. Then the link layer address is the MAC address, all right, of the PCA2. Then the state, the reach means it's reachable, but sometimes you might see stall, and that stall means that it's the entry exists but it's not being used recently. All right, it's just there. So the interface, this is the interface of the IPv6 address. So thank you so much, guys. I'll need to redo this video, like I'll need to do it. I'll do the video. There'll be part 2 of this video because this is not all that we need to see. So there'll be part 2 of this video. That is the IPv6 discovery. That is, this one we just did was just local network. The next one we are going to do is the remote network, which is this device over here. So thank you very much, guys. Stay tuned for the next video. Bye.